So we left off on George, who up to this point had been visually and even audibly detached and uninterested in the sessions and the project, leaving the band and telling them to get a replacement. There was also this talk about Paul and John not getting along. Also, I did want to make a comment that after George left, it seemed like the rest of the band was kind of having fun, which I think could have been an indication of a few different things. One, George's contribution to the band wasn't as valued as it should have been, causing George to feel unappreciated and the rest of the group treating his absence like it was not that big of a deal. Two, that could have just been a cover up of like their real emotions. So instead of them being visually upset, in the words of John, they just pretend that it didn't happen. Or three, they simply just didn't think it was that serious and thought that maybe he just needed some time to cool off. And that could be why later they tried to go convince him, in which they told us that that didn't really go as planned. I'm ready to see what happens next, man. Before we get into this, go ahead and leave a like down below. Go ahead and subscribe if you have not, and turn on my notifications to be notified every single time that I upload. Helps me out with the YouTube algorithm, helps me get my video in front of more eyes. The Beatles have been rehearsing songs for a live album and TV special. George Harrison has not been happy and left the band on Friday. A meeting on Sunday did not resolve the situation. The future of not only the project but the group itself is now in doubt. Day 8, as Monday gets underway, only one member shows up, and it's Ringo. Okay, so Paul showed up.
What's the Beatles? So that I think John's saying now, obviously it came to a push between Yoko and the Beatles. It's Yoko, yeah? Okay. He even says, like, in the meeting, it was basically Yoko speaking for John. When I seen the Above Us Only Sky documentary and people were saying she broke up the Beatles, I didn't really get it because in a lot of that footage, John was talking over Yoko. Yoko couldn't really get in a full sentence when she was around John, so it wasn't like she was just running over John. From what I'm hearing from Paul is, in this case, Yoko was speaking for John in a matter that she had nothing really to do with. Other than her being a +1 for John, she really has no say in anything that happens with the group. And nobody is going to take her serious in that regard because it's like, what do you have to say? Y'all know I always talk about my love for Yoko, but I definitely can understand.
Were you writing together much more before she came around?
Oh, yeah,
or
sure.
You...
It's difficult starting right from scratch with Yoko there, because I started out writing songs about white walls. just because I think John and Yoko would like that. I just think it's just silly of me or anyone to try and say to him, no, you can't.
Paul is being very reasonable. That is very frustrating. This is their job. And I understand that you do love her, but we got shit to do, man. He's being very objective. I don't know if he's just doing that to look good for the cameras and look good for the people, or if that's really how he feels.
Really sort of a central daddy figure to say, 9 o'clock. Leave your girls at home, lads.
This is what I question about if this is really Paul being genuine. He brought Linda. And of course, if John can bring Yoko to every rehearsal, he can definitely bring his girl. If you really believe what you're saying and then you bring your girl, it's like you kind of doing it out of spite, like, oh, if he gonna bring his girl, I'm gonna bring my girl then. It's like, John, bro, you kind of putting Yoko in a bad position because you can easily, step up and be like, this is what needs to be done. But she's going off of what you allow her to do. But Yoko is a grown-ass woman too. It's like, you gotta know shit not cool. Everybody else looking at you like, what the f are you doing? Man, I think this shit could have been avoided. If everybody wasn't so scared to say how they really felt, you wouldn't have like these fallouts, bro. Like, just communicate. Y'all might argue, y'all might fight, but y'all brothers, bro. Like, just communicate it. Oh, stop bringing your girl to every rehearsal, nigga. Like, damn, like, we don't like that. Instead of not saying nothing and then feeling some type of way about it. And on John's part, have some discipline and have some boundaries, bro. This is y'all band, bro. Like, have some respect for your brothers too. This is why it generally doesn't work with groups. It's just too much.
On the night of the show, in between all our songs is news, but the fastest and the hottest from every corner of the earth. And at the end, the final bulletin is that the Beatles have broken up.
Boy, ain't no fucking way.
He be having some good ass ideas. That is lit.
And then number 2.
But don't cry, bro. You're gonna make me feel a little emotional too, bro. This is exactly what he didn't want to happen. This is exactly what he had been trying to avoid.
The world's dying to see them. I'm speaking like a fan. I really
Me too,
am.
and I'm a bigger fan than you are.
On television.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Should we fight about that?
I like Michael, bro. John arrives at lunchtime. He and Paul go to the cafeteria for a private conversation. They are unaware that the filmmakers have planted a hidden microphone in a flower pot. Wow. They taxed it.
He doesn't want to hear. Said I'll do it.
Just feel kind of intimate, man. Well, I guess Paul knows. Feel kind of weird listening to this, but I'm gonna listen though.
It's a pestering wound. Yeah. So we've allowed to, and yesterday we allowed it to go even deeper, but we didn't give him anything. And when he is that far in, we had egos. I do think that he's right.
What I will say is, I know I went on a little rant earlier, being very understanding and very level-headed when it comes to this whole situation with George. It's obvious that George was clocked out through all the shit that he was saying. He said, whatever you want me to play, I'll play. If you don't want me to play, I won't do that either. That's not something that a bandmate says that feels like they have as much of a important place in the band as you. And any good brother, friend, bandmate would notice that and reassure them in that. I feel like Paul, more than anybody else, he was trying to say like, oh, I don't want to be the bad guy. I'm not trying to be the bad guy. I'm not trying to say this. I'm not trying to annoy you. I feel like John could have chimed in a little bit more, but then again, we don't know what was said behind the scenes, so I can't speak on that. But like I said, it's just so many different things that could have been done differently on everybody's side. If I'm George, express my discomfort when I feel it, because you don't want to be trapped in a situation like that to where you get so drained of it that you up and leave in the middle of a rehearsal. Sit down and have that real conversation. Don't just breeze over it because they're not saying nothing. If you want to just complain as opposed to getting solutions, then you don't want to be there. So don't make it theatrical. Just leave. But like I said, I don't know the behind the scenes of it all. I don't like when this stuff happens and it could be avoided, man. They're friends, bro. They're y'all brothers. Y'all been in a group since y'all was young, bro.
Because you're a friend. How you play won't be like you wanted to play.
Oh, that's what I was missing. I was missing that key element to it all. Paul is like the leader because Paul is almost trying to control it. He's thinking that the only way that this stays together is if we do it my way. Wow, this is a lot, man.
I think we're all very old. We're all reading each other, and I think we're all saying together.
Oh my gosh, bro. This shit is putting me on an emotional roller coaster, bro. At the end of the day, nothing is worth losing the people that you love. None of this fame, none of the music, none of the arguing, none of the bickering, none of the disagreements. And these are simply just disagreements. This is shit that comes with being a creative. But what really hit me is him saying, we're gonna get old together and we're going to all sing together again. And that didn't happen. But how could you know? And that's a trick question because you can't know. So you have to embrace and listen to the people that you love, bro. And I've been a John. I've been a Paul. I've been a George. I've been a controlling person that thinks if it doesn't go my way, it's not going to work. And I did that out of fear and out of necessity to keep my guard up and keep my heart guarded. So I know where Paul is coming from in his approach. Am I saying it's right? No, because I've been very wrong in that approach. I've been George, not voicing how I feel until I don't fucking want to deal with anybody anymore. Because I've let it just fester and build up in me, and this resentment just boiled inside of me. Like, y'all don't appreciate me? Then fuck y'all. I'm out of here. I've been unbothered by it all when maybe I should have stepped in. Maybe I should have said something.
And you're right. Let's go now then, shall we? Then we should go and see George.
I was going anyway.
Y'all gonna look pretty.
Put it back a full week, yeah.
Put it back a full week, but book it for a full week
Yes.
later, then cancel it next week.
So actually today we're just gonna do one day.